In this video, I just want to talk to you about don't be afraid to make mistakes. And I think we can all learn from this, right? We want things to work out perfectly. We want us to be perfect when we do something. We wait years and years and years to do something because we want it to be perfect. We want to, we just want to make things perfect. But don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to be wrong. And so we're going to be wrong. We're going to make mistakes. All we can do is when we make mistakes, if somebody else is involved, we apologize. If nobody else is involved, we just fix it and then move on. We learn from it. We say, okay, what happened in this? How can I make sure this doesn't happen again? What do I need to do? What do I need to change? And then you just kind of look at it and you just learn. The problem is we don't do anything, so we're not making any mistakes. And that's our mistake. But we need to stop being afraid of making a mistake. We are going to make mistakes. And it's okay. It's okay to fail. It's okay. We just learn from it and then go on and do better next time. We just say, okay, we got to evaluate it, right? Because if we don't evaluate it, we just keep making the same mistake over and over again. And so we've met people and we're guilty ourselves, right? We make the same mistake over and over again, but it's because we haven't taken a step back and said, okay, what happened? Why didn't this work out? Like, what did I do wrong? What should I have done? And so if we don't know, we need to ask somebody, okay, this didn't work out like it was supposed to. Can you help me? What did I do wrong? What should I have done? What would have been a better way to do this? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. And we're so worried about making mistakes and being wrong. But what I found is that if we go to do something and it's wrong and we encounter somebody who knows the right way to do it. So let's just say, for example, I pick up the phone and I'm calling somebody. Let's say I need a plumber and I'm calling the plumber and I say, okay, I need a plumber. My drain is clogged up, and I'm telling the gentleman what's happening over the phone, and he's talking back to me, asking me questions, right? If I'm wrong, he will correct me and say, okay, you need this. This is what you're saying. You have this, this, and this. And so you learn by asking questions. You learn by, asking, putting yourself out there. But when we stay stuck and we don't do anything, we're so afraid that what people are going to say if we make mistakes. But what I realize is that people who are doing things are not talking about people who are making mistakes, because the two can relate, right? Two people doing things, they're both doing things, they're both making mistakes, they can understand each other. It's the people who on the sidelines that's not doing anything, watching everybody else, criticizing everybody else, telling people what they should do or what they're doing wrong. They don't matter. They're not doing anything. They don't have any skin in the game. It's when you're every single day showing up, doing the best that you can do, making mistakes and learning. Okay, so I messed this up. Okay, this is the way I should have. When you step back and look at it, you say, okay, what should I have done? And you just make the correction. But don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of what somebody else is going to say, because people are not, the people who matter are not going to be talking about you. They're just not. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. If you need to apologize and move on, but just learn from it and then move on. But what I know for sure is that none of us know it all. None of us know it all. So that means that every single one of us is making mistakes. We're failing. Most of us every single day. So none of us know it all. So we all are like doing this thing by trial and error. We're learning as we go. So don't let failure or things not working out the first time scare you from trying. Just put yourself out there, and then you learn, and then you make mistakes. You correct it. You apologize if you need to, and then move on. But don't be stuck in the same position this time next year because you're afraid of making a mistake. You're afraid of failure. You're afraid of what people are going to say. You're afraid that people are going to say you're this or you're this. People are going to talk about you no matter what. People talk about you if you do something. People talk about you if you don't do something. So just go ahead and do it so you can get the results. Don't be afraid of making a mistake.